So
Someone called
now, guys, we gotta talk about The Gifted, the brand new series from Marvel TV and Fox, which is of course set in the X-Men universe. I'm not gonna lie to you, that trailer was absolutely everything I wanted from the TV series.
It's the best X-Men
Yep.
thing ever made. Period.
I thought it looked thoroughly underwhelming, to be honest.
People are gonna be a little mad because of the whole Sentinel thing.
Oh
right?
yeah. But the thing is,
I
it's kind of like, oh, there's a way around that. You just go, oh, they're being run by Bastion.
Yeah.
Bastion's a human Sentinel, basically. Like, so
I think
like,
I think we're already predicting that is the twist, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If it's not like Nimrod or Master Mold, they're going to go straight back.
Now, here's my thing, that the series takes place in the modern day, so it's after the events of Days of Future Past, Apocalypse, and all that. All those movies are going to play, prequel to this. Now, the Sentinel program had its stint in the 70s in Days of Future Past, then it kind of got put sideways. It would only make a ton of sense if the Sentinel program was like a top secret government, someone was working on it. Like, look at all this technology we found. We're managing to make them smaller, and they're still going to hunt down X-Men. And hell, the trailer even says, we don't even know if the X-Men and the Brotherhood exist anymore. Like,
yeah. See, that was my argument. It's like, if mutants are that scarce, what's the point in having giant robots?
What's the point in having them at all, really, if they're just dying out? Just
like the
let them
little
be.
spider things look cool enough as it is.
And my guess is they're still going to kind of play with the whole cure aspect that happens at some point or another. But in the end of it, I think there's a lot that the show gets right. Like, the family dynamic, I think, is going to be an awesome element and makes you care. I think the actors, the son and daughter, I think they both look the point. They both look great in what they're doing. Honestly, it feels like X-Men. They're on the run. They're oppressed. People are hunting them. That's the X-Men. Like, what? It's... And we know we're going to get... They said we're going to get cameo X-Men, possibly ones that are from the movies.
I think someone spotted the guy who played the original Cyclops near the set.
You mean, what's
I
his
can't
name?
think of his name. It was in Westworld.
I know him. Wait, what'd you say?
James Marsden.
Yeah, him, yeah.
Awesome.
I was like, I know his name.
He's no stranger to TV lately, is he?
Yeah,
Westworld.
so he did Westworld.
Yeah.
Dude,
That'd be awesome.
I mean,
I'd love to see James Marsden back. Maybe he can actually play Cyclops as the leader that he's supposed to be.
Was that the same girl from Days of Future Past?
No,
because it looked a lot like her.
The blonde girl was in Gotham recently.
No, I'm not her. I meant the.
It's the same character. It's not the same actress.
To be fair, maybe it's because I don't remember Days of Future Past that much, but I thought it was her. I was just like, oh, is that her? That's cool.
You're half right.
No, I know the character. I just thought it was the same actress.
I think it's Jamie Chung. I think her name. I don't know.
Do they even look the same? Because I feel like they don't, but I'm thinking they do.
They kind of look the same. Like they have, like she has the pink hair and like the little pink bits over her eyes, but it's not exactly.
Oh,
it probably made up to look similar. Like
it's Jamie Chung in the TV show, right? Way better than the one in the movie, I would say.
The movie one had like 6 seconds.
I'm hyped that.
Yeah, well, no, I'm just saying Jamie Chung is probably. I know her more than the one who played in the movie, so I was like,
I think
more,
it's a great safe choice to introduce an X-Men like that, and then maybe cameo a few of these other X-Men. And looking at it right now, you could also have someone cameo as Storm. Probably not going to have the new actress, but you could definitely have Halle Berry, because she's been doing a lot more TV recently too. So there's all this, like the father, his wife is the chick who plays Rogue. Like they got married due to True Blood, so they need a Rogue cameo. They could probably get her with ease. And the way I think about this X-Men series is that it's expanding the world and it's telling us more stories in that world, which we do genuinely find a lot, like 50-50, right? So I think this could only strengthen that world, if that makes sense.
I just like they're using like really not obscure characters, but ones people don't really care about. Like you got Blink, you got Polaris in this.
Oh, Polaris!
So I mean, y'all probably know this. I really didn't. I didn't look up anything of the Gifted till just recently. I was like, so the character, the girl in the very beginning, where she's moving something in the vending machine. She's Baron Strucker's daughter.
So it's
because it says Strucker on IMDb. So I was like, oh, she.
I don't trust IMDb.
Okay, so
true.
Here's the thing.
True.
The Strucker name from Marvel. It's difficult because the Struckers have a lineage. they're mutant, but they're also Hydra. And it's one of those weird gray areas that Marvel and Fox both own. So Baron von Strucker is never going to appear in it. But his relative, the Struckers, are mutants. So that's the ones you're seeing in this. So I don't think there's a connection at all, but they're sticking with that name for purpose only.
Because I don't necessarily know the history of Marvel. So
the thing is, the reason why they're using it is because technically Marvel is making this show. And Marvel own the mutant TV rights. So if they technically own the Strucker name on both movies and TV.
Yeah, so it's nothing to them not to use it. I mean, it's a cool little reference, and it's nice, and I think that it grounds them a little more, but I like where they're going with everything in it. Like, Polaris is in it, and it seems like that she's going to be one of the more important characters that they're specifically trying to hunt down.
I'm saying it's like the main focus.
Yeah, so I'm guessing she probably is going to be revealed to be the daughter of Magneto in this.
Well, they're not going to do Scarlet Witch anytime soon.
I love Polaris. That's so cool, though. Hype.
It's just nice that she's getting some screen time. Like, she's been like abandoned for years. It's like,
so did y'all recognize any actors or actresses in this one? Because I only recognized really one, and he was from a show called Burn Notice.
I've seen like the actors here and there. I wouldn't say I could point them out.
Only Stephen Moyer from True Blood. That's it.
The blonde girl was in Gotham like the last season that I actually watched.
Kobe Bell from Burn Notice. He was the cop who I got an FBI or something like that. But I don't know. I just saw that. I was like, hey, he's still doing things. I was like, good for him.
But I wonder because I think for Dark Phoenix they're trying to cast a younger Rogue, like I think similar to Laura Kinney's age or Daphne King, we're gonna call her. So I'm wondering if could they possibly get her for that movie and then bring her into this. Because if she is a little, I know that kind of fucked the time.
Who gives a shit? Fox. Like,
I mean, it's going to be fucked because Rogue didn't get her powers in the X-Men movie universe till she was a teenager anyway. So having a little girl is
the same with every.
Yo, don't worry. Fucking
look at this regular human child.
Yo, Angel somehow was born 15 years before Angel was born in X-Men 3. So who the fuck cares anymore?
Yeah.
Now, apparently Cyclops is around in fucking Origins, so God knows how old he is.
I just think if there's one thing I would wish for this TV show, it's that it just doesn't mess up the timeline any more than it already has to.
Well, I think it'll be more in line with like Legion. Like it's gonna be loosely connected.
Yeah.
Like you might get some cameo, but that's about it.
It doesn't look as stylish as Legion, but I suppose it doesn't have to be.
I think they want a different style because if Legion and Gifted, I think, are serving two different people. So
yeah.
Well,
this looks
that's
very
similar
much
to...
more like Runaways, Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah, because that's you said, Mitch. The first thing you had said was that it looks very much more like Cloak and Dagger, and then what I mean saying, oh, it's serving a different kind of audience. I mean, that's why you have something like Cloak and Dagger to serve a different type of audience, and that's why Legion is probably going to be for this section, and then the Gift is for this section. But I mean, there's going to be people who watch both. But yeah, you're just going to get newer people for both. So
I mean, could they cross over? Do you think ever? They say we're going to have cameos from X-Men, so maybe we could have a cameo from Legion. Somehow.
I mean, of course they could. Like,
I mean,
it might be a bit weird because Legion's like set in a distant.
Let's remember that Legion.
We're talking about young Rogue messing about with
the producers of Legion and Noah Hawley have even said the world as we see it might not be how it is because it could still be figments and fragments of Legion. So I mean, we're seeing a retro future. Maybe he's just so simple-minded that he makes everything basic, but it could actually look modern. I mean, that would be a fucking twist within itself, right? So, like, I think...
I mean, I feel like I need to watch
it's so good.
To understand. I should, but I haven't really.
Right, season 2 of Legion, you bring in Patrick Stewart, because he said he did a cameo, and you have him unlock, like, David's mind, and then everything turns into, like, a Days of Future Past. Like, yeah, world's fun.
Man, hell yes.
Goodbye budget, but that's how the world is.
That needs to happen. I mean, I'm really... I mean, people always say I fucking hate X-Men. I love Legion, and I'm so hyped for this TV show. It's like in my top 5 I'm most excited for this year. Like, I cannot wait.
Fucking you. This is one of my favorite movies, or like anticipated movies coming out.
Is
there another X-Men thing coming out, or for TV show? Like,
TV show, no.
I swear there was like,
it was supposed to be the Hellfire Club, but that
that was like a long time ago though, that they
that's
wanted
what
it. But
it's turned into.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's what I felt like it's turned into, right? Because I remember the story for it. They had said it on an article, and I was like, this kind of seems like it, where they're on the run and all that. But I mean, y'all say it perfectly. This feels a lot X-Men-y, like being on the run and stuff like that. I'm excited. I know Tom isn't that excited, but
I was just a bit underwhelmed by how the show looks. I was expecting it to look a little bit more polished.
A lot of people have said that, but I think they are going for like that grim, dingy.
Well, when you watch it though,
it looks a bit too bright and colourful.
Really? I thought it looked quite like
they're setting it. Just, I don't know, the tone. I don't know. It just didn't look as fresh and new as something like Legion. And I realise they're very different shows, but I don't know. Something about it just didn't quite click for me. Maybe when the second trailer comes out.
I mean, from what I understand, is they have Legion, they have Gifted, and there was mumblings of a third one happening. That's not Hellfire, because Hellfire was replaced with Gifted. Yeah. I really want.
We'll get in the animated Deadpool now. Maybe
I was just gonna say, I wonder.
I don't cap.
I mean, I'm guessing they're probably gonna wait another season, and then when Legion gets a third season, Gifted gets a second. Deadpool and whatever another live action one are probably going to be announced for the following year, because why the fuck wouldn't they? I mean, it's guaranteed properties that are going to succeed because they have a built-in audience from the movies and people want it. You're more likely to put that on TV and make a profit and have it stick around than try generic cop show number 728 CSI spinoff that's going to bomb because people are sick of the same shit. So
saying that though, Lucifer and iZombie have both done wonders with that.
I love both of that.
No, but
so good.
With that thing though, of like, generic cop show, whatever. I mean, you're gonna get to a point where there might be generic superhero show number 17. You know what I mean? No, I mean, I think altogether that's gonna be, because look, ABC, when they set their lineup or whatever, and I remember somebody saying, Shield isn't on here because it's gonna be till January, but there's all these like basic ass comedy shows that are probably only gonna have one season.
Now comedy night for them.
Yeah, I mean, no, but in general, and I was just like, I feel like that might be a way for superhero shows anyways, but I doubt that'll mean, the genre has stopped. Comedy hasn't really stopped, you know what I mean? Even if there is generic comedy number 17.
People going like superhero fatigue. It's like, well, nothing else got fatigue. Only one that's got fatigued is Western.
Yeah.
Cop shows haven't really got fatigued. I don't think there's still generic cop show number 17. I still watch a couple of cop shows, if you say so. So I don't think they even have fatigue either. Some people might not like them, but the majority of people still like them. So it's the same thing for superheroes. Even if we get generic superhero show number 17, some people might be done with them, but there's still going to be a lot of people that are really going to want to watch them. So I don't really,
like we're saying, like generic superhero shows, kind of like they're so like superheroes as a concept are so diverse in like the type of show you could make from them that it's kind of hard to get that fatigue. Like you can only do one type of cop show.
Yeah, and like you said with the westerns as well, the old west was actually never ever like you see in westerns. Like literally, the oldest western movies basically set the tone for what a western was.
Right.
And it basically, so even when you're making a western, you're basically remaking an old silent movie in terms of the world and the tone, like, and how visually it looks, which is crazy to think. I mean, you can do a lot within it, but I mean, nothing like the superhero comic book genre.
Honestly, I'm not going to be surprised if by the time this Gifted thing comes out, it's probably they're going to announce a big cameo somewhere in there. I think that's going to be a big push for people to watch it too. Go like, guess who's coming? I
think a better, like, going back to what Mitch said, like how superhero shows can't really be all that generic. I think. Well, you're gonna start.
No, they can be generic.
Like, no. But I'm just.
It's hard for them to be generic.
No, like, I'm saying that you're probably gonna see more
CW, but like CW are making generics. Like they're all the same show.
No, well, I wasn't saying if it's gonna be generic or not.
Just saying it's an example. Like you can make them generic, like the CW are doing, but then you look at Inhuman, Shield, Cloak and Dagger, iZombie. They're all different. They're not the same show. They're all vast.
I wasn't going to say if it was generic or not. I was just going to say you're going to start seeing people probably call them comic shows instead of superhero shows. Like people the comic genre instead of the superhero genre.
I think, comic genre should be the title, for sure.
Yeah, like comic genre, I think is like...
Because comic is either a comedy or a comic book. You can't. A comic book can't be a genre. It's a medium. Superhero is the genre. That's
I
Because
guess,
then
but then Jonah
there's
Hex and
comic
stuff.
books that turn into movie, TV shows that are not necessarily
What they need to
superheroes.
do is fucking invent a genre like video games. Dude, they're like, we're an action RPG shooter mascot game. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, what? Shut up! Like, I hate that shit. I mean, I think the genre is really finding its footing right now. Give it a year or two, it's gonna have an actual title, and everything will be included besides Gotham. Because how the fuck is that still on TV? But you know,
Look,
It's
I
crazy
still
though,
know people who
because-
watch it, and I kind of want. I'm gonna rewatch. I'm gonna like catch up because I kind of want to know what like they like so much about it. I don't. It's people
I'm
like
gonna
it a
stand
lot.
behind Joe with a bell, just ringing shame every episode.
People like it. Like there must be a reason. that
Yeah, it's
probably
Batman
good.
related.
I don't know.
First
I'm,
two seasons,
Probably
I'm
they
not
have
interested
no
in, but-
idea about the actual
No,
source
no.
material, Joe. That's
I'm not gonna say it's terrible because I haven't really seen it since episode 5, and I didn't really like episode
it's
5.
simple.
So
It's Batman related. I have friends who will they'll literally drop on their knees and blow anything Batman if it's Batman. Like it's frustrating, but it's that. And I mean, guilty. Hey, Captain
It's
America.
frustrating 'cause
I'll do that fucking anything Captain America. I'm fucking preaching to the choir here, okay? But at least Captain America comics are quality. But you know,
But all Gotham does is create problems for
Okay.
the Batman universe because all of his villains are going to be old
Mm-hmm.
by the time he's even in the suit. And like the Court of Owls and stuff is happening now, and like
see, that,
Well,
They
the
did
Court
the
of
mut-
Owls is fine because that's supposed to be before
but
Batman.
they've done the mutants from Dark Knight Returns already.
but
Is
see,
that-
that's like similar to Smallville.
And
where
Alfred had a
Zod,
fist fight with them?
Doomsday, and all this. Most of Superman's villains were before he even
But
became
I-
Superman.
Yeah, but the difference with that is Superman can fight them when he's a kid because he has the powers. Batman
and
can't because
I
he's a
think the
random kid.
important.
Kids,
Yes.
yeah, Batman's not even there. It's Gordon's taking everyone down,
I
which
mean,
just makes you
to be
think
fair,
if
Superman started off
Gordon's
as
this good-
14.
But if
But
Gordon's
even so,
this
he
good
had,
a cop,
he had
why
powers.
does he
He
need
Batman
Batman?
belong.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just related to Smallville, and I really like Smallville. So if it's just like Smallville Batman, I mean, I'll check it out because I
It's
kind of
not even about Batman.